before coming on this trip, how confident were you guys about planning a destination wedding? And how do you feel now?
Yeah, I mean, I think we knew we wanted to do it, but when you go and like look at resorts, it can feel very much like you are looking at the same resort over and over again. And I think that this has definitely brought a lot more clarity to like what this resort is and like what it's about, and has definitely like solidified for us, I think, that like, okay, yeah, we want to do this. You feel the same, right? Like we want to do this now. And like we actually feel like we have so much more knowledge going into that decision, being able to say that and back it up with what it's actually going to be like. You know,
Yeah.
It feels like we have a much better picture of that.
What did being here in person help you understand that you felt like you couldn't figure out prior to it?
Well, tasting the food is a big one. You know, like you can't taste the food by reading, you know, and there's even like you go on Facebook and you read other couples saying like, this is really good or that's really good. And then, I don't know, we came here and we kind of formed our own opinions for sure. Like there are some things where we're like, yeah, that was amazing. And other stuff where we're like, that wasn't for us.
Yeah.
So that was one thing.
Today on the catamaran, I found out maybe that's not the right activity to book because I got so ill. Like the snorkeling was beautiful, and I think we would have friends and family who would love doing that. It was not for me personally. And now we know that because 10 minutes before we were like, we're going to book a 40-person catamaran for the day after our wedding. Probably not the best idea.
I also think just like meeting the wedding team was awesome.
Yeah.
Because like we definitely immediately connected with them and we're able to be like, okay, these are like, they get us. I feel like Perla is going to be like so amazing for us, and just like seems like she gets what we're going for and is going to help make it happen. And being able to meet her in person up front is like a world of different. You know, before she was kind of just like the hotel rep. Now she's like our wedding, like on-site coordinator, you know? So
now there's a personal relationship.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So that changes everything.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, it's about trust.
Has this trip helped you narrow down what you think is most important to you in the destination wedding process? Like, was there any changes from like coming into it thinking this is going to be the most important thing? And, you know, I mean, she mentioned the catamaran, like, hey, we're going to do this. And then this experience has changed that. Was there anything else specific to the wedding or the resort experience?
Yeah, I was always like, oh, food is super important. And it still is. But I think I also have been more like, okay, it's more about like the vibe of the place and like thinking about, oh, is this going to be like right for our families, our friends? And like for us when we're here, like, is this going to feel right? You know, when we're getting married.
I think also location. Like we saw maps of the property, right? And it just didn't do it justice. Like I think understanding centrally, that's great. We are staying in such a great location to preview the resort right now. But from the standpoint of like, you know, just hearing loud music when we're going to bed, like I know grandma and grandpa, they're not going to want that. So like getting to do that was, I think, really helpful. Stay here. And now we changed our opinion, actually. We decided that we would probably do a different room block than we originally thought.
Right.
And we already sent that room block out. So your agent has some work to do for us. But yeah.
And we couldn't have like come to that conclusion without being on site and getting to like see all the different rooms and like tour the property and be like, okay, this is where this is going on. This is where these restaurants are. Like that's, I don't know, for me, like my brain's very spatial, and that definitely helped me to kind of feel that.
Was there any moments during the trip where, you know, the things that you experienced where you're just like, yeah, this is us. This is what we imagine. And if so, what was that moment?
When we pulled in and it was just like natural, like native plants everywhere and seeing like iguanas. It was really cool, I think. And that we're big animal lovers and we love the outdoors. And I think getting the feel for like this resort is like, it's so spatially cool, and we couldn't have, I think, come to that conclusion otherwise.
No. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Biggest surprise from this experience?
I think this being at 90% capacity in my brain, that would have never made sense. So I think the surprise from this trip was getting to see like, this feels like not like a resort experience I would have thought. Yeah. We would have probably gone for it first. But I think being here and staying here a couple days, it was like, I don't know, it was a surprise.
Why? Like what specifically?
I don't think that that's represented well over brochures and catalogs, and even talking to people who have had weddings here, like, or at other locations around the Cancun area.
I think it feels less crowded. And so like that was definitely a surprise, and definitely not something you can experience without being here and being told this is what it's like at 90%.
Yeah, it's like you mentioned the vibe.
Yeah.
You can't experience a vibe.
Right. You can have a great description of it to you, but like it's something you feel, on some level.
That was my fear with the resort. I was like, we're going to be waiting everywhere. We're going to feel like packed in on the beach. That was not the feel to this resort at all. My preconception of what I thought a resort was. And could not have figured that out otherwise. So that was a surprise, I guess. We totally didn't even expect that at all.
So you guys are here with some other couples that are also engaged on this trip. So has meeting other engaged couples helped at all for the planning process?
It's just great to have people that you can bounce off ideas who are going through the exact same thing as you. Obviously, you have this shared experience like immediately. And I'm not like an extroverted person really, but like it's been great to just like be around people who are like, you're seeing the same things. You're all kind of reacting to it right there and being like, well, I like this, and you see people have different tastes and all that, but you kind of get to hear different perspectives and, ask people why they think that. And so it's been really nice. Yeah.
And I think talking to other people in the similar spot, it's like hearing other people's perspectives, I think makes you either change your perspective or get more solidified in it. And like, I think we had a lot of those conversations with people we met.
What part of this trip gave you the most clarity?
Getting to see the venues that we had been looking at as like, oh, these could be like, our ceremony or reception. Getting to actually, be in those venues and like walk through them and see them set up was like, oh, that was like such a moment for me of like, oh no, I can see this.
Even walking up to this, we were like, oh my God, we were thinking about this for a cocktail party. Walking up and seeing it set up like this, we were like, yes, let's do this.
Yeah. What would you tell another couple who's on the fence about doing a preview I do trip?
Do it.
Yeah.
Right? Why not?
Oh, totally. Yeah, if you can,
I guess
do it.
How would you explain what a preview I do trip is to a couple who doesn't?
It's a perfect opportunity to check out a resort that you want to or are thinking about doing a destination wedding at. I mean, there's no better way, obviously, to get to know if it's going to be right for you other than actually going there and seeing it. You can read and like watch as many videos and like talk to people who've been there as much as you want. But like, if you get the opportunity to go and it's, it's heavily discounted or free and you can make it happen, then I would say absolutely go for it.